Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and it is my very much so pleasure to welcome you to this extraordinary celebration of the careers of Sandy Barlow, Jerry Anderson, Don Malley, and Bill Wade. As we go through the program, each of the honorees, there will be someone speaking about them, but I do want to let you know that you will have an opportunity as well if you want to stand up and give a personal accolade. I know that you feel as I do, that we can think of each of these honorees and the impact that they have made on the lives of our students, our community beyond, the state of Kentucky and beyond. They go beyond our regional borders. We are saddened today because we will sorely miss them, but what an opportunity to celebrate these outstanding careers. There will be stories told today, and there are stories that are untold. And those stories have made up the fabric of our lives and our times shared together. When I started at the college, I was 23 years old, and I never imagined that one day I would be standing welcoming you to the college today. But time marches on, and I know that one day you will be standing up here, you will be talking about your own career, or you will be giving accolades to those who you have worked with side by side. And I hope that each of you, that's my wish for you, that you will have a career filled with the integrity and professionalism that each and every one of our honorees has exhibited, and that you will have the shared memories, the friendship that we share with each of them as well. That's my wish for you.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you for all the love that you gave, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one.
I get this feeling I may know you as a lover and a friend. But this voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again. 'Cause I get a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down. 'Cause I'm already standing. I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing on the ground.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads.
You know, you stand up here, you forget some things. So I want to say right now that we wanted this to be very, very nice for you. So I thank all those who participated, who made the video. What a great job our catering department did today. So thank you. Dr. Mark Young is not with us today, but I ask that you give him every accolade as he retires this year. Dr. Young started at West Kentucky Vocational Technical School in 1983. A University of Louisville graduate, Dr. Young practiced dentistry before coming to teach at the college. Dr. Young has taught biology since joining us, and he has been the linchpin in the Dental Assisting Dental Hygiene program. So during the remainder of this year, please send your best wishes to him in retirement as well. Now, Sandy Barlow. Sandy, as Deanna Shelley and the financial aid group make their way to the stage because they're going to be presenting your award, I'm going to take a moment to have a few thoughts and comments about my admiration of Sandy Barlow. Sandy has always been a person ready to help a student, and always that smile on her face that you're seeing up here right now. She has had a commitment to these students, to the financial aid office, not only at West Kentucky, but throughout the entire state. And our financial aid office is considered a model, and that is because of Miss Barlow. So please, come forward. I think they're going to make some comments. We're going to leave it up to them. Come on up. Let's don't get back behind that curtain. Or don't you get behind that curtain. Come on up. Let's get in the line.
Thank you, Dr. Veazey. First of all, we would like to thank all of these special individuals for their years of service to the college. You have truly made a difference in the lives of students at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. On behalf of the financial aid staff at West Kentucky Community and College, we would like to take this time to thank Ms. Barlow for her many years of service and for all the things that she has done for this college. For 25 years, Ms. Barlow has embraced her career in this ever-changing, ever-evolving creature that we refer to as financial aid. She has embraced this with a passion and a devotion. From verification to SAP to professional judgments, she has been the federal guidelines expert. This profession is not for the faint of heart, and Ms. Barlow has always mastered whatever challenges may come financial aid's way. She has always been on top of how the federal guidelines work and how they are interpreted. We will never package for summer SEOG without remembering Ms. Barlow say, federal guidelines state that SEOG has to be awarded to 0 EFCs. Ms. Barlow, you are leaving behind a staff that shares your passion and your devotion for this profession. We all share your belief that what we do makes a difference in the lives of students every day. I truly believe that you were definitely called to this profession that we all love so much. You have been so successful, and we have all benefited from your years of experience and wisdom. Ms. Barlow's endured many transitions in the time she has been at West Kentucky, both the community college and the technical college. She's endured numerous office moves. She has endured extreme changes in financial aid and has always been under control with those. And finally, she went through a merger between a community college and a technical college. Ms. Barlow, you've made our place of work a place where we work not with just office workers, but with family. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've had our good times and we've had our bad times. But we're a family, and we always stick together. At this time, do we have any remarks from anyone else that would like to say anything? All right, if not, at this time, we would like to present to you on behalf... Matthew, would you like to come up? Go ahead.
Oh, Matthew, speak up. We would be disappointed if Matthew did not speak.
Hi, my name is Matt Barlow. Sandy Barlow is my mother, and I was a student here back in 1993 to 1996. Many days I would go over and talk to my mother and share her knowledge, her wealth of wisdom. And I want to say that I'm very proud of her and very glad that she's done the things that she's done here. And thank you.
Thank you. You want to say hello, Sandy? You want to say anything? Yeah, I do. Yes, sure.
I just want to thank Dr. Veazey for being the kind of leader that she has been. I want to thank the faculty and the staff and the people that worked in my office for being the kind of people they are. Because if you can look back and think of all the things you've done in your life and remember that you helped someone, whether that be a student or a staff member, administration, or faculty, in some small way, and you can lay down at night and think, yes, I did it, and I did it because I love those people. And I want you all to remember that we're here for, yes, the money, yes.
Why'd you look at me?
I don't know. But we're here for the students, for those that sometimes we feel like that maybe we didn't reach them, but who knows, they come back and they say, hey, you know what you said to me? It made a difference in my life. And when you go into a hospital, a store, Walmart, anywhere you want to go, and sometimes they don't even remember your name, but they remember that you helped them. And that's what the faculty, staff, and administration does the best here. Thank you very much.
Sandy, I think they want you to open your gift. Can you want to open it up here? Or is it going to, do you want to, or just one way? They're all applauding you, so why don't we go?
I love you all.
Why don't we have you? I'm going to let you take this out. Jerry Anderson. Jerry Anderson has been my friend and my colleague since 1979. I have received countless letters and countless comments over our time together, and I know that you have as well. I have been in every situation or setting where someone has said, let me tell you about Jerry Anderson and what he did for my daughter, my son, and how many times have we said, you need to go see Jerry Anderson. And I'll have people, I'll go, just a minute, let me call Jerry. So, Jerry, thank you. I can only simply say thank you for the opportunity to have spent the time and shared my career with you, and I know that's how every one of these individuals feel. So, making comments and giving more accolades is Debbie Smith. So Debbie can make her way forward. And think, as we're waiting for Debbie to come up, the laughs, the good times that we've shared. And in saying that, when we leave here today, we do have more food and more time. So please, continue to enjoy the afternoon even after this part is over.
Thank you, Dr. Veazey. And what a wonderful tribute to all of these individuals. Jerry's official retirement begins in June, but he ducked out a few weeks ago. And we've been wondering where he's been and what he's been up to, and apparently...
Oh, that is too good.
So, Jerry, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? No, seriously, it's hard for me to be making these remarks. I swear I'm going to get through this and saying goodbye to Jerry. Even though we all wish him well, we also want to thank him for all the wonderful things he's done here. Jerry has touched tens of thousands of lives, and that's not an exaggeration. That's the truth. He will be missed. The advising center is emptier without him. And Summer's been really busy for the last few weeks, weaning his loyal advisees who stand there and whine, but Mr. Anderson always takes care of me. And the parents who are calling. I'm supposed to call and make an appointment with Mr. Anderson. So you will be missed. At the same time, we're happy for him. We're happy that he's going to be able to enjoy his leisure time. New grandson, wonderful family, playing racquetball, renewing old interests, and maybe pursuing some new ones. So on that note, we want to present you with your gift. You'll come forward, Jerry. Jerry got the biggest gift today. There's more.
Oh, come on. This I will use.
You will use. We want you to enjoy it, but occasionally we want you to cancel a racquetball match, lay down that rod, put off mowing the yard, and come by and see us instead.
Thank you so much, Judy.
You're welcome. Does anyone else want to share any stories or comments?
You don't leave.
There.
You don't get off that easy.
We've got one out here.
We have one.
I just want to say that yours was the first phone number I made sure to memorize. Number one, thank you for teaching me everything you did. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Kim.
You can recognize Heather. Heather Hibbs.
I'm the one that took Jerry's high school picture. We were trying to recruit him, and I need to update something. I was his college baseball coach, and he won many games for us, so we became very good friends. And he's not the first that pitched a perfect game at Murray State. He is the only one that pitched a perfect game. Had I known I was going to have this opportunity, I would have prepared something that would be humorous, but in this situation, I don't want to do that. But I do want to say that his leadership qualities were obvious from the very beginning. He has always been a very mature young man. And I have to say that I can't imagine anyone with whom your students could have crossed paths with in life that would be any more rewarding than it was that their life path crossed with his. I can certainly say for my wife and myself, that is true. My life has been enriched because I know this man. I also must credit his wife. She's done wonderful with him. Thank you. Coach. Now be careful.
This is really, I'm going to try to hold it together.
This isn't necessary.
Yes, it is, because I've always wanted to publicly thank Coach Reagan. What you don't know about this man is, first of all, he is a Murray State University Hall of Fame baseball and basketball player. He is in the statewide Coaches Hall of Fame for baseball, and he's also in the NCAA Coaches Baseball Hall of Fame.
This is not relevant.
It is. But I want to say this. You know, all the years that I've worked in education, I started back in 1966-67 at Metropolis Community High School, and then came to what was then PCC in 1979 and continued on through the community and technical college here. But all of the students that I have worked with over the years, if I have ever impacted one student's life as much as this man has impacted my life, then I've had the most successful career imaginable. And I've always wanted to state that publicly. I want to acknowledge his wife, Ms. Reagan. Carolyn, would you stand up? Right there.
You're very generous. You're very generous.
For him to come today, I can't even express how I feel. I hope I have expressed that in some small way, but I really appreciate this man more ways than you know, because he made it possible for me to get a bachelor's degree and my master's degree while I was at Murray State. And I wouldn't have had a position in education and be able to do the things that I've done throughout my career had it not been for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you would.
Thank you, Coach. She tells that, but I don't really believe it. I think there's another side to that story. Dr. Hinton probably knows the other side of that story. I had 2 pages of notes. I'm so thankful Coach Reagan did come up, because he was a big part of my acknowledgement that I wanted to make. I do want to thank each one of you individuals that are here on my behalf, or everyone that's here, you know, to meet and talk to the other retirees here today. I had 2 pages of notes. I am going to cut that kind of short, but I do want to recognize my wife, and I would ask her to come up. Jill and I have been, I am so sorry. That's an inside joke. Jill Knight, would you stand up?
Miss Jill.
A lot of you don't know, Jill worked with me over in admissions on the PCC campus for a few years before Sherry hired her and took her away. And I always like to tell this story, and I'm not going to tell a lot of stories, but I do like to tell this one. Sherry and I were going to one of our daughter's football games, and we had stopped at Wendy's to have a bowl of chili before the game. And a lot of times we rehash what took place during the day, events, whatever. And I was looking at Sherry, and I said, "Well, Jill, how was your day?" And Sherry, with those dark brown eyes, just glared at me. And she said, "Jerry, my name's not Jill. It's Sherry." I've never made that mistake again. Now, any of you that have been around me in the last few years know that when I talk about the advising center and I talk about people that I work with, I never fail to mention Summer Holland. Summer, if you will stand up. Now, I'm not going to embarrass you. But the last 4 years, Summer, Debbie, Rick Tippin, Jim Arnold, Rachel Cornwell, Sean Mars, they have been so wonderful to work with, and they have made the last 4 years probably the most enjoyable years that I've had in education. But the reason I mentioned Summer, and I would never call Sherry Summer, is because if I did, I'm a fast learner. You would probably see the John Deere tractor going down Highway 62 pulling a rainbow vacuum cleaner. So I'm not about to make that mistake again. But Sherry and I have had a wonderful career here at the college, and she has supported me, and I'm sure sometimes she probably doubted some of the things I did, but she has always stood by me, and I did want to bring her up just for that bit of information. So thank you. You're excused. And I'm just about finished. Debbie? Again, I've already mentioned everyone, but Debbie has worked with me the last 4 years in the advising center. We've worked together, and we've had such a great group of people to work with. And we have been very fortunate also, and I don't like to go through these types of things without mentioning the students. That's what we're all here for. And we have been really blessed because we've had 2 student workers, Lauren Pearson, who I don't think Lauren's here today, but Lauren will finish her associate in applied science degree in respiratory care in December, and she's just been a great asset to the advising center. And then Matt Peterson was here a few minutes ago, and Matt has completed his associate in science degree and will complete his bachelor's degree in engineering with the University of Kentucky. So to Debbie and everyone that have worked in the advising center, I am so much appreciative for everything, and I look forward to seeing everybody, even though I'm going to be retired. With all that being said, I do want to mention my family members that are here. Sherry's mother had a little bit of an accident. I hope she's feeling okay. Alice. And then my sister is here, Patricia Hammonds. And then our daughter, Heather. Where's Heather? Right here. And then my pride and joy, Mr. Hibbs Trailer. And so I thank them for coming in from Nashville today and being with me. And he's waving at Papaw. Now, I wanted to close on a happy note. You know, a lot of things bring tears to my eyes, but, when you reach this point, you try to think about words of wisdom you can impart to people that they would remember you by. And those of us that have been in education all these years, from the first class you take in education, you're supposed to develop a philosophy of education, a philosophy of life, a philosophy of philosophy. Well, I'm not too good at philosophies, but I did come up with Jerry's 10 top 10 reasons for how you will know when it's time to retire. And this is aimed directly or primarily toward those people that are getting ready to retire, like Jim Arnold, Barry Craig, I don't know if Barry's here, different ones that have been here several years. And you don't have to take notes on this. I have a CD, I've put this on a CD. No, I'm serious, I'll be out in the lobby when this is over. They're $19.95. When you retire, you got to have an additional income. Okay? So I'm going to close with this, Jerry's top 10. Number 10. It's time to retire when your coworkers constantly send you email jokes about AARP benefits and being old, and you don't think they're all that funny. Number 9. It's time to retire when your combined years of experience with the other people you're retiring with is over 150 years. It's time to go. Number 8. It's time to retire when students you advised are now sending their grandchildren to meet with you. It's time to go. You've been here way too long when you try to hire a new faculty member to work in the advising center as a student worker. I don't think Joel's, yes he is. Stand up, Joel. Now, if Joel doesn't look a day over 17, I don't know who does. But I actually tried to hire him because he was over there one morning, and I thought he was our new student worker. Number 6, you know it is time to retire when everyone refers to you as Sir or Mr. Anderson, and they all want to hold the doors open for you. Number 5, you've been here way too long when your fellow staff members, Rick and Jim, give you over-the-hill birthday parties, and they give you gifts of Grecian formula, just for men hair dye, and you think, hey, those are not bad gifts. Number 4, you know it's time to retire when students and parents ask you if the Anderson Technical Building is named for you. And they're serious. I probably should have left that for number 1. Number 3, and I was hoping Roger Stegall would be here. You know it's well past your time to retire when Roger Stegall goes from asking once a year to every week or so, now when are you going to retire? Well, this is it, Roger. You don't have to move my office furniture anymore. But number two, you really know it's time to retire when Aisha Wharton tells you, Jerry, you have nose hairs growing around the outside of your nose, and you also need to make sure your fly is zipped. Where's Aisha? Thank you, Aisha. That's true. But the number one reason that I know that it's time for me to retire is when you have a big blue-eyed grandson that looks at you and pats his chest and says, Papa, Papa, you know it's time to go. I love all of you. I've had a wonderful career. Thank you all for my part. Thank you, Debbie.
You carry my notes, I'll carry your gift. I got them.
Is that it?
That's it.
Don Malley. Don started teaching at the college in 1975. And I can remember so very distinctly the year, Don, the year that you were named Great Teacher by the University of Kentucky Alumni Association. That was big for us. It was really big. And I remember the speeches that you've made each time that you've been named Teacher of the Year. 8, but they've been so great, I'm serious. But what I will always remember are the faces, the face of Don that we saw, all of those different expressions, but my favorite is the laughter. But, now this is true, I have never thought that Don was acting. I've never thought that. As he looked at me in the audience, he would look up at me all these times I've been talking, and he acted like he was really interested. Norm.
Well, Don Malley. Some of you have known him probably a lot longer than I have, but few of you have been as able to work with him as intimately as I have for the last 15 years, doing some 13 main stage musical productions, and we shared an office for a short while when I first became part of this faculty full-time. But something you may not know, we saw that he graduated from Murray State, but he graduated in music. His first degree is a Bachelor of Music and a Master's of Music, and he was hired here as a music teacher. He had my job. Thank you for stepping down. And also, as it pointed out, he was chair of the division for a short while. All of this I bring up because it points to the versatility of this young man, retiring young man, and which he brings to his teaching and also brings to his acting. I have to point out that when I first heard him sing the Pirates of Penzance, the Major General, I thought to myself, this guy's got some skills. And he also was creative. He wrote one of the most unforgettable verses for Pirates of Penzance about PCC. It had everybody cracking up. He's played a number of different types of characters, various ages and various temperaments. He was Charlie Brown, that young and anxious little boy in Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. And then he turned right around and played the aging and befuddled but beautifully delusioned Don Quixote in Man of La Mancha for us. He was a romantic leading man in Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady with his brilliant British accent, which, by the way, I might, as a side, he does a good Sean Connery, I understand. Actually, I've heard it. And he throws in just a little bit of Rod McEwen for those of you who are of the 60s and remember it through that haze. We probably shouldn't go there. Probably shouldn't go there. And then he turned right around and played the slapstick comedy character of the father in The Fantastics. He became a plantation owner, French plantation owner, dashing French plantation owner in the South Pacific. And then he became the Roman slave, that conspiring slave, Pseudolus, in funny thing happened on the way to the forum. By the way, as an aside, I have my note here as an aside, I'm convinced that his French plantation owner in love with the younger woman was based on his life, his love affair, long love affair with his wife, Vicky. He portrayed a very high-strung songwriter, Albert, in Bye Bye Birdie, and came back again with the Japanese power broker that was slightly insane, Coco, in The Mikado. In the middle of all of this, I'd have to point out, and I would be remiss if I didn't point out his portrayal of John Adams in 1776. He irritated everybody, actually. He's not just the character. And in his other performances of the father, Tevye, in the Fiddler on the Roof. But I was most impressed with his ability to sell the song in the Pirates of Penzance. And it brought me to the office one day, because some of this stuff might not have ever happened except we shared the office together. And I asked him one day, have you ever considered Don Quixote, Man of La Mancha? And he looked at me for a moment, very quietly, kind of like a goat looking at a new gate. And he said, with a wry smile, I'll tell you what, Norm, I was in, let me rephrase that. I was allowed to be in the campus lights at Murray State if I promised not to sing. So I smiled and I said, that's never stopped me. Why should it stop you? And so henceforth, we had all these strings of wonderful musicals. He was an important part of those musicals, not only as an actor, but as a teacher. You don't realize how much teaching goes on when you've got a bunch of students in a different environment other than the classroom, and you've got Don Malley acting and carrying on up there. They begin to realize the importance of preparation. They begin to realize the importance of relying on one another to be there and be ready to go. Having said that, ever aware of his responsibility to the cast and to his audiences, Don was always gracious, always generous with his time. Even the sweet little lady who came up to him to congratulate him one time on his performance of Man of La Mancha, and she said, I was disappointed that you didn't perform my favorite song from that show, Don't Weep for Me, Dulcinea. Don smiled and said, thank you. Don Malley, office mate, friend, colleague, scholar, musician, actor, Teacher of the Year 8 times, and nominated again, I see, for his last year. Thank you. I'd like to finish with just a little statement here that I've often used with our cast members, and I think it's important for all of us to maybe hear this, not just them. Let us treasure the time we have and resolve to use it well, counting each moment precious, a chance to apprehend some truth, to experience some beauty, to conquer some evil, to relieve some suffering, to love and be loved, to achieve something of lasting worth. Don, it's been great. Thanks for all that you've done for PCC, WKCTC, KCTCS, LSMFT. No, wait a minute, I got carried away there. Mad Men sort of snuck in there for some reason. And for me personally, thanks for the memories. Take care. Oh, remarks.
Thank you, Lucy. I don't have anything to say, actually. Jerry put me on the spot. I said, Vicki, you want me to ask you up there? She says, I know where you live. So I think that meant no. It's, you know, I couldn't help but thinking of the irony about how much was being said about my acting. And I'm, you know, it's not like I've ever been paid to do that. But and I'll tell my students this, I think that disparaging someone because they're acting like something is not a good idea. Act like you're happy, you'll be happy. You know, I try to tell my students in interpersonal that. If you act like you're happy and smile, people smile back. And after they smile back long enough, you're happy. Act like you're upset, and people treat you that way. And you'll continue to be upset. I acted like a teacher. And evidently I got away with it. And so, it's amazing. It's kind of scary, as a matter of fact. Really, all I really want to say is working in plays was all like working out here. I had a great cast, great direction, great cast members. I would just counsel anyone two things. Always do your best, because this school deserves it. And always be happy while you're doing it, because you deserve it. Thank you. A little wild. Thank you.
Bill Wade. When I started teaching, they moved me into an office next to Bill Wade and Paul Wood. Those are the stories that cannot be told. But Bill Wade has never seen a problem that he cannot fix. He has never had an idea that he would not try to implement and to see if it would happen, make it happen. And he has never met a student that he would not help or would not see that we help that student. Bill is recognized and admired across the state of Kentucky for his online learning. You've seen some of that in the video, but he really is seen as the person who has been instrumental in taking online learning not only at our college, but online learning across the state with the other colleges and therefore across the world. Bill Wade, you have my utmost admiration always. Now, Coming forward, we have his crew, his pit crew. How's that? Is that a good name? Sherry, Connie, Sandy, Rebecca, and Faith, all that work with Bill.
Well, Bill, it is our honor and privilege today to be able to recognize you for 42 years of service. And you will get to know some reasons why today. But having known Bill since I started in 1979, he has been a true friend all along the way. And as Dr. Veazey said, I've never known Bill to know of a problem he didn't want to help solve, or to help someone, or to help me, or to help his cohorts on the online learning team, as I refer to them now. I didn't work directly with Bill for several years, but I remember Jenny Bowarski is still here. Jenny was our library director, and Bill was getting into online learning, and a few of us were lucky enough at that point in time to have a computer in our office, and it basically was if you had a direct need. I taught word processing, and so I got to get a computer in my office. And Jenny and Bill, I remember the two of you more than anyone, had computers, and they learned about something about like email and modems, and they wanted all of us to learn about this. And so everyone that had a computer at that time, they expected to be able to know how to email. And we were like, will they go away and leave us alone? And we never turned on the computer for email or click on it. And it was a modem, and it would, I mean, everyone in the building heard it everywhere. Now, since none of us ever checked those emails, they would call. Sherry, I've sent you an email. You need to go in and look at it. And once again, we were like, will you go away? We always thought that was going to be a fad. Shows you what we knew. And it would go away. Jenny would give it up, Bill would give it up, and they would leave us in peace with our computers. Well, obviously, email didn't go away. And Bill is a pioneer in online learning. He was the first one in the state to really post on bulletin board, isn't that right, Bill? Using modems. And he incorporated that in his classes. He put the material out, and students would have access to it. And again, we thought, will that go away? But it didn't, and Bill, thank goodness it didn't go away, and thank goodness you didn't go away with it, because we are known as one of the leaders in the state, and it really is because of Bill Wade's guidance. He has been involved all along the way with what we do in online learning. He has helped develop courses from quilting to anatomy of a towboat. Now, tell me who has that span of experience. No one that I know other than Bill Wade. So now I'm going to let the online learning team talk about or recognize Bill and the guidance he has provided for them.
Good afternoon, and a warm welcome to the celebration of all the retirements, and we're going to focus now on Bill Wade in particular. I'm Connie Heflin, and behind me is the online learning department. Although this is a special occasion for Bill, a number of us, including me, have mixed emotions about it. It's hard for me to be making this retirement speech and saying goodbye to Bill, but at the same time, I want to wish him well. We all do. At one point in time, Bill was an English professor, and so we thought it appropriate to come up with a poem for Bill to read in his honor. So we found a poem. The title of the poem is Joy by AnitaPoems.com.
Might need that. Work has been a long routine. Now it's time to change your scene. The journey lasted so many years. Now get ready for some cheers.
We have done a top-notch job. We shall miss you. We may sob. Freedom will be something new. You'll enjoy the brand new view.
We're happy for you that you're done. Try new hobbies, have some fun. No more thoughts about employ. Take it easy and share your joy.
We all want to thank Bill for the great things that he's accomplished in online learning. He has put the foundation in place that has made West Kentucky such a success. Our department will be somewhat emptier without him, but we hope he comes by and visits often. In closing, retirement is when you stop living at work and start to begin working at living. Thank you.
As you saw in the video, it said that Bill was the father of online learning. Well, he may have been the father of online learning here at WKCTC, but at the system level, he's known as the grandfather of online learning. This past week, Connie, Bill, and I have been in Somerset for the KCTCS Distance Learning retreat. And Bill has been serving on that system committee since 1996 and is recognized as a leader in online learning. So when they knew this was going to be Bill's last retreat, several of the members contacted Connie and me and said, "We really want to honor Bill. We want to do something special for Bill. Do you have some ideas?" Connie and I thought about it. For the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we've heard Bill talking about wanting a new BMW. We thought, would this not be a wonderful way to honor Bill? So we made that suggestion to these people, and they said, "A BMW? Are you serious? Do you really think there's that kind of money in KCTCS?" But we really like Bill. Bill has worked hard. Bill deserves that BMW. We'll go to Dr. Cook, Dr. Sandy Cook, the System Director of Online Learning. We'll see what she can do for us. They went to Sandy Cook. She said, "You've got to be serious. This has never happened before. Nobody's ever been given a gift like that. But you're right. Bill deserves something like that. Let me go to Dr. Box and see what he can come up with." So she goes to Dr. Box, the chancellor of the Community and Technical College System. She says, "Dr. Box, you know, Bill really deserves this. What can we do for him?" Dr. Box thought a minute, and he said, "Well, let me check with Dr. McCall. Let's see if there's any carryover monies. Let's see if there's a grant. Who knows? Perhaps we can come up with a car for Bill." Now, You all have seen the little Bill fans. Several of you saw those. I'm a Bill fan. And it had a picture of a very special car. One of the first projects that we did in Learn on Demand was working with high school students to take a Learn on Demand module. Lisa Stevenson, Sherry Anderson, Bill Wade, and I did everything we could to make that happen and make it a success. We made phone calls, we sent emails, we went to the high schools, we copied chapters and delivered them to their homes. So Bill got the idea of this little car. He had seen the bank car running around town that said, "We bring banking to you." We wanted a KCTCS online car. We bring modules to you. If you don't log in, we'll come to you. So, at the retreat this week, it really happened. KCTCS delivered. And Connie Vanna White and the team will bring out Bill's car. So, yeah. Bill, we love you. We appreciate everything you've done for us. We will miss you. Any remarks about Bill?
Bill, would you come up and join us? And we have remarks. Come up and join us.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations to everybody. I'm a proud graduate of West Kentucky Community and Technical College, and very, very happy to be here for this occasion. In the famous words of William Arthur Ward, the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. And inspiration is synonymous with Professor William Wade. Finding the right words to express my gratitude is really impossible today. For I would not be in graduate school if it wasn't for the inspiration and dedication Professor Wade has given me. Even when I doubted myself, Professor Wade taught me to never give up hope. His optimism was contagious, and his passion for his discipline, and especially his students, made us feel worthy of success. Helen Keller once said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope." Thank you, Professor, for instilling in me the hope to achieve my dreams. I would like to wish you continued success, good health, and happiness for you and your family, and God bless you.
We're going to have to break the mold on retirees have not been opening their gifts. And Bill broke the mold on so many things. And you don't have to open it, but I'm going to tell you what's in it.
A car.
No, not a car. You can open it later. I'll just tell you what's in it. We don't want Bill to go too far. And Bill planted a seed here that has grown to more than 100 courses, more than 80 faculty, and touching the lives of more than 10,000 students each and every year. So we don't want you to go very far. You and Marie love to travel, and we want you to travel. You'll enjoy your new car on your travel, your KCTCS card. You may have to take off the lettering and change it to something else. But what we wanted to do for Bill was give you a lasting remembrance of the college. You can't go far. You planted seeds, and those seeds have grown into branches, and those seeds have grown roots, and your roots is here are here with us. So we are giving you a Kwanzaa cherry tree to plant at a location of your choice, and you'll be glad to know that we upped for the planting of it as well. You don't have to get out there and plant it. In case you're worried, Marie, if you're worried about that, it might die, the root ball or something, because it never gets in the ground. So we are also giving you a certificate, a plaque, that Rebecca is so good. I want to acknowledge Rebecca for this, because we wanted something that, you know, it had the tree on it. So it has a watermark on the plaque of the Kwanzaa cherry tree. And the plaque says, "A certificate of appreciation presented to William Wade. Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement after 42 years of outstanding service. In sincere gratitude for the assistance, guidance, and outstanding leadership you've provided to West Kentucky Community and Technical College for so many years. You have set an example to be followed in the future and cherished by those of us that were fortunate enough to have experienced it for ourselves." Bill Wade, good friend.
Goodness. Jerry had 2 pages, so I brought my notes too. The student that just spoke, that's why I came here, is for students. And I've allowed myself to pay attention to those students and to see if there was something there that they might not recognize or that the people around them might not recognize. And so I was glad when Alex came up and said something, because she is an excellent example of what we're all about. I brought a list. Well, I've got 2 lists. One is a few people I want to acknowledge as having been there for me at this college. But I also brought a longer list, and I know you can't see it or read it. But it's a list of all of the people at this campus who are instrumental in accomplishing our goal as being here for students. And like I said, you can't really see what this is. I make each year when we get a new phone book, I take the phone book and reduce it to the front and back of a card, and that's what this is. It is the entire staff and faculty of this college. They are the ones who are responsible for our being a top 5 college. The first person to help me get involved in online learning was Dr. Jim Hennessy. I had tried to do some things on my own, and he was aware of that. And he said, "Bill, there's a place in Chicago that's doing something with online learning," or it was distance learning then. And he said, "I want to send you up there so you can get some ideas." And so I went, and Jim was then dean of academics, and he helped me find out a few tricks along the way, and I wanted to thank him. I wanted to thank Dr. Lynn O'Hara, who was a very positive aspect in my life and encouraged me to do things that others had not encouraged me to do. And so he told me yes more often than I was used to hearing. Dr. Veazey has been here with me and supportive long before she was president, but very effectively as president. I have had such encouragement from her. Dr. Payne, Sherry Anderson, if I asked for something, sometimes the answer was no immediately. And so I waited and I asked again a week or two later, and they said maybe. And so I waited a week or two and asked again. I discovered that persistence is a major factor in getting what you want. But you have to keep asking. Sometimes the first answer is no. If you quit then, yes, the answer is no. But if you won't give up, they will. Just a word. Another thing that I discovered is important in this job is patience. Just because you have an idea doesn't mean it's time for that idea. And so be patient and then bring that idea back through the persistence. And so those two things work together quite well. Probably some of you do not know how fast this thing has grown. This online learning thing. I've been involved in it for 20 years, and probably the first 10 were sort of an ease forward. But in the last 10, it has exploded. Approximately 3 years, and Sandy, excuse me if I get the timing wrong, but approximately 3 years ago, Rebecca and I, by the way, Rebecca is a graduate of West Kentucky, and a graduate of West Kentucky, and soon to be a graduate of Murray. And she was a work study, and now she is a administrative assistant. And we can't survive without Rebecca. But just a few years ago, Rebecca and I were totally in charge of online learning. We did it all. We got the courses lined up. We helped the faculty develop the courses. We got the students enrolled. We did that. Now there are 7, and we are worked to death because 10,000 students a semester is a lot, and they email a lot, and they phone call a lot. This would not be the same meeting it is today, right now, if the phones were not out. But they're offline, and so we've got a break. It's going to be awful when they come back, I tell you that. So I go to retirement. Well, that's not until June the 30th, and so I don't really see myself as retired today or yesterday or tomorrow. But as I move into that next direction, and whatever that might be, I know that Connie has me on speed dial, and that some of you will remember the email address, and so go ahead, I'll answer it, and I thank you all for these very happy years as an employee at West Kentucky. Thanks.
And join me in toasting Sandy Barlow, Jerry Anderson, Don Malley, Bill Wade. It has been said that life begins at retirement, so let the good times roll. And our good friend Eleanor Kaufman would say to you if it were her toast, may all your pains be champagnes. Hear, hear.